Hello my lovelies, welcome to today's video. It is a little bit of a fun one I haven't done in a while, and that is a foundation wear test, and this one is going to be on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous foundation. I told you in my little Ulta haul video that I would be doing a wear test on this, and I am finally getting to it. I haven't had like a day where I could sit down and record throughout the day to show you guys how it's wearing, so I have the day off today for a state holiday and I thought it was the perfect day to do it. So we're going to do kind of my typical thing. I think it's been a while since I've done one. I'm a little scared to only prime half of my face, but I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll prime one side, probably this side since it's the problematic side. Put on the foundation, show you guys how it looks there, and then we'll concealer, set, bronzer to see how it works with other products. And then after that I will just check in periodically throughout the day, and then at the end of the day I will let you guys know kind of my thoughts, kind of I was gonna say how long you can wear it, but really you can wear it as long as you want, but how it looks like at the end of the day. And yeah, I think that's really it. So without any further ado, let's jump right on to applying the foundation. Okay, so I pushed my bangs back. I'm getting to the point where they pretty much cover my eyes, and I need to decide if I want to grow them out or if I want to keep them. Because if I want to keep them, I'll just trim them up a little bit. But if not, I don't want to keep trimming them. Anyways, so for primer, I'm going to use both a moisturizing primer and then a pore filling primer on this side. You can see I've kind of got a blemish down here and a couple other little spots. I'm pretty sure this is a mix of hormones and wearing a mask all day. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start with the Tarte Quench Primer, which is a nice hydrating primer. And we're just going to do this side of the face. And then after that, I'm going to put on just a little bit of the Farsali Skin Tune Blur on this same side. Okay, so primer is on. You probably can't tell too much of a difference yet, other than maybe the pores look a little less visible on this side. We are going to go ahead and apply the foundation. If I can find where I just set my sponge. I am going to be applying it with a beauty sponge today. I much prefer using a sponge to a brush for most foundations. Actually, maybe I'll say foundations because my tinted moisturizer applies much better with a brush, but for foundations as a whole, I find that the sponge works much better for me. So I don't know if I showed you guys, I probably did. It has a little pump, which I really appreciate. I feel like the pore ones, you always end up wasting a lot of product. So I do appreciate that. It is a glass bottle, which feels really nice. It has the kind of logo and the name, and then it just has foundation on the back. We're gonna go ahead and pump it out, and I prefer to pump it out on my finger usually. And my pump gets stuck. I'm not sure if that's just my bottle, but I have to like pop it back up. There's kind of, it's a little bit of a thinner consistency, but not super thin. With my little, I find I usually want to use about 1.5 pumps, and I can usually do like a side of my face with that. So we're gonna go ahead and blend this out on the primed side. So I'm going to pause real quick just to show you like the difference that it makes. It is quite full coverage. I mean, you can see that it almost completely covered my blemish. So it does have good coverage. I wouldn't say it's quite full coverage. I wonder if it says. I would say it's probably maybe a medium to full coverage. Okay, so there is the foundation blended out over the whole face. Ignore the eye area. I am going to put concealer on, so I didn't want to put a bunch of product up there and have it look very cakey. Honestly, both sides look really great. This side, the pores are just like slightly less visible than this side, which is to be expected. But it blended out super easy on both sides. It gives, I mean, you can see it has a little bit of a luminous finish. I am going to set it down because I have oily skin and I have to set every foundation down, otherwise it doesn't last. But so far it looks pretty good. I might try and zoom in and see if I can show you guys a little more detail on my skin there. So you can see like right here, the pores are a little bit more visible compared to this side where you can't really see them. And my nose crack always just looks awful, so ignore that. But yeah, it has pretty good coverage. And it doesn't look super heavy on the skin. It just looks nice and dewy. So we are going to go ahead and I'm going to pop on some concealer, powder and bronzer and highlight. And I'm just going to run you through the products that I'm going to use really quick, and then I'll just do a little speed through of me applying them and then tell you if I had any problems or how it went afterwards. So I'm going to use my NYX Born to Glow concealer, my usual Airspun powder, Physicians Formula butter bronzer, and then we'll be using the MAC Soft and Gentle highlight today. So we're going to jump and apply those really quick and just see how the foundation acts with other products. Okay, so I know I said I was going to do all my face products first and then show you, but I am so impressed with how it looks. I'm gonna zoom in again. I've set everything down and it looks like it doesn't look cakey. It looks still very kind of like skin-like almost. I mean, you can tell that there's makeup on and that my hair is out of control. But it looks like it doesn't look super cakey, I don't think, personally. Other than my nose cracks always look a little off. But the rest of it, it gives like a very smooth, more airbrushed finish. And I think when I zoom in, it looks really cool tone, so I probably look extra pasty. But yeah, I think it looks really great being set down. And I still feel like it has a little bit of a, like, I don't look completely flat. There's almost still a little bit of a glow to it. Okay, now we're gonna jump back and finish the rest of the makeup. Okay, so there is the skin with all of the face products on. Like I said, I think I said, I'm off today. I'm literally not leaving the house, so I'm not gonna do like a full eye look. I'll probably throw on some mascara. I haven't been walking you guys through my brows really, and I don't know if I've mentioned, but while I have my bangs, I'm really trying to let my brows grow out, so they're like little, they're so messy. Like I look at them and I'm like, ooh. But we got the bangs to cover them, and I figure if I'm gonna have the bangs, I may as well let them grow out, fill in, and then once the bangs are gone, we'll give them a really nice cleanup. But yeah, back to the skin. It still looks really good. No problems blending anything out, no patchiness. I mean, it still looks really great, honestly. It is, it's not expensive, but it's a little bit more of a pricey foundation. I want to say it's probably in the $40 range. I'll put the exact price up here. Foundation is one of the things that I find it's worth to spend a little more money on. A bottle will typically last you a long time, and I have found that I don't buy like luxury foundations, but kind of the like Too Faced, Anastasia kind of level that high-end, I guess you would call it, foundations are, I hope you can't hear all the neighborhood dogs barking. They do tend to work a little bit better for me. I do find that the like the more you pay, well, the little bit more you pay in cost for the higher end foundations does pay off in the end. So, I mean, not to say that some drugstore foundations aren't really good, because they are. I just am usually willing to spend a little bit more on a higher end foundation. Anyways, I'm gonna give you one last final look here. We'll look at the time on my phone screen that's all dirty now, and on my notifications. It's 9 o'clock right now. Perfect, on the hour. Now I don't have to like figure out, oh, it's been about like a half an hour. Anyways, 9 o'clock. This is what it looks like now. I think it looks really good. I really like it. I do want to mention that I did just shave my face last night, and I also did a really good exfoliating. I exfoliated really well, however you want to say it. So my skin is looking extra smooth today. That's just a personal preference. Don't feel like you have to shave your face. I just like it because it makes my skin look more... Why are all my neighbors making loud noises right now? Yeah, I find that it really makes your skin look more perfect. I also feel like my skincare gets absorbed better into my skin, so I do think it's worth it. My neighbors are mowing their lawn, so I'm gonna go, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Hello, my lovelies. I am back to do a quick check-in with you guys. It is just after 3 and we finished at 9. So we're about 6 hours in, which I figure is about halfway through. I figured I'd do around 12 hours today. And honestly, I think it's still looking pretty good. I would say it has creased around my nose. I'll zoom you guys in just a second. And it's faded like around my nose a little bit because I've had a really runny nose today. Dang allergies, even inside my house. And then my chin has faded just a little bit. Sorry if I'm like, look like I'm leaning, it's because I am, because my cat's in my chair. My chin has faded just a little bit, and yeah, I mean, I think it still looks pretty good. We'll zoom you in here so you can see a little bit better. Like I said, I think this area is pretty much the same, maybe a tiny bit of oiliness right there, but it hasn't like broken up the foundation or anything. The nose is a little bit creasy on the sides and a little bit faded underneath. And I mean, so far it's still looking really good, other than just those couple of places, but otherwise I still think it looks fantastic. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this little check-in, and then I'll see you guys later tonight. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my final check-in for this video. I am so ready to take my makeup off, take my contacts out. My eyes are like so irritated. But yeah, let's hurry and take a look at how the foundation is looking, and then I'll give you kind of my final thoughts. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see. I think honestly, like the cheek area looks almost exactly like it did when we first applied the makeup. I really can't see too much oils. Granted, I don't get super oily out here. And I know I have laid on this side of my face, and you can tell it's maybe a little bit more worn away down here, but it still looks great. I've been blowing my nose, so I've lost most of my foundation kind of in this area, and I've leaned on my chin, so I have kind of accidentally pulled that off throughout the day. You can see that my nose creasing has gotten a little bit worse, and it's broken up in that area a little bit. The top of my nose, where I haven't lost foundation, still looks pretty good. And I'm guessing things probably look okay under the bangs. Yeah, I mean, they haven't really been touched, so that still looks pretty dang good. Now my bangs are gonna be messed up. Okay, so final thoughts. I really do like it. I think it's definitely worth giving a try if you have more kind of dry skin or normal skin. I think it's probably going to wear really great on you, because like I said, these areas where I don't get as oily and where I haven't touched still look really great. Like they look almost exactly like they did when we first applied, which was 12 hours ago. So that's saying a lot. Granted, I wasn't out like sweating in the hot sun, which will obviously make your foundation wear a little bit worse. But that being said, for the price, I think when I looked it up earlier, it was like $38. So it's in that more kind of high-end area, but it's still fairly affordable, I would say. And in general, I like Anastasia's products. They're very good. And I mean, I like it. I would recommend trying it out. If you've tried it before, let me know what you think down below, especially if you have different skin types. That will help people kind of decide if they want to try it out. You know, if someone has a similar skin type to you. For my skin, which is kind of oily combination, I do think it worked really well. I obviously did set it. This is the side that I primed, and honestly, I don't think that made too much of a difference. So if you want something that you can just throw on, very minimal, you don't want to have to prime or spray it, it doesn't really seem to make that much of a difference how the foundation wears. I think that's everything I wanted to go over. So all in all, I would recommend trying it out. I really liked it. I will obviously continue to use it, so you should see it in some future videos. And I think that's going to be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Otherwise, YouTube won't tell you when I post a new video. And I will see you guys all in my next one. Thank you so much for watching.